Losing weight can be difficult, and there is so much information out there on what diet to follow, on what exercise program that you should be doing, on what detox you should be doing. There is so much information out there, and not all of it is actually useful to the majority of people. So in this video, I want to cut through all of the noise. I've personally lost 75 pounds since about the age of 15 or 16, and in this video, I want to share with you guys some recommendations and some tips that I have learned through my own personal journey of weight loss that hopefully will make it an easy and simple step-by-step process so that you guys can have an effective weight loss journey of your own. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's hop right into it. So before I give you guys this next tip, I do want to make one caveat before I give you any recommendations, and that is every single person is unique. So all these tips, I do think that they're helpful for the majority of people. However, every single person's weight loss journey is going to be different, and every single person's weight loss journey is going to have to be individualized to them so that it will be sustainable for their life. So before I give you guys any of these tips, that's what I wanted to say. Caveat, every single person is different. You can use these tips and try to implement them into your lives, but every single person is a unique individual. So you need to find what works for you, because what works for me is not gonna work for every single person. All right guys, now that caveat is out of the way, the first tip that I wanna go over with you guys is calories are king. So when it comes to weight loss, you have to be in a caloric deficit. However, what I wanna share with that is the mistake that I made when I was starting out, and that is I cut calories too much, too quickly. So I was 15 or 16 years old, and I cut my calories down to 15 to 1600 per day. As a young guy going through puberty, that was way too low, and it ended up hurting my metabolism and making me plateau, so I had to cut my calories even more. So what I recommend for you guys is only cutting calories 200 to 300 at the very beginning, because that, along with increasing your TDE, which is your total daily expenditure, which we're gonna talk about in tip 2, that's gonna set you up for success. So when you do need to cut calories a little bit more, they won't already be so low, and it's gonna help with increasing your metabolism and keeping it as high as possible when you are trying to lose weight. So this is my first tip for you guys, and that is calories are king. You do have to have a calorie deficit, but don't let that calorie deficit be too high. So now it is a Saturday. It's kind of an easy, lazy Saturday with my wife. We are gonna go take our puppy for a walk/run, and I will catch up with you guys once we get there. Alright guys, we're gonna go take a fun little run and a walk. Say hi. And my beautiful wife is over there somewhere. You can't really see. We got someone taking up part of the front seat, so.
Fluffy one in the way. That's
right. So when I get back from the walk/run, I will give my second tip for weight loss. Alright guys, we are now back from the run/walk, and we made some brunch. If you can see it, we made some little kind of protein pancakes. Mine look really nice. My wife doesn't look quite as nice yet, but hopefully she's getting there.
We won't show those.
We won't show hers. So now I want to go and give you guys my second tip while I'm having some brunch. My second tip is to increase your TDE, which is your total daily expenditure. So what I mean by that is increasing your movement throughout the day. So what I tell people who are trying to start losing weight is just to try to increase your step count. So I try to recommend getting 10,000 steps in every single day. And this can be something like going for a walk with your dog, like we did today, or this can be maybe going for a walk with your significant other after you have dinner or after you have lunch, whatever the case may be. Or maybe you have a coffee shop nearby. You can walk to it in the morning while you get your coffee. Just finding small ways to increase your movement is going to go a long way into increasing your caloric expenditure, which also goes hand in hand with decreasing your calories a little bit. And just doing those two things alone, you're going to see a great improvement and probably start losing weight within a week or two. So that's my second tip. I'm going to finish this brunch now, and then after I take a shower, I actually have to study a little bit for a test that I have coming up on Memorial Day, and I will give my third tip once I finish that and once I eat. Outside, we're gonna go talk to YouTube a little bit. We're gonna go give our last tip. What do you think? Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go. Okay, let's go. All right, come on. All right, let's go. Nice. All right. Okay. All right. My third and final tip for you guys is to find high volume, low calorie foods. This is probably the reason that I have been most successful in my weight loss journey. I have now found the foods that I actually enjoy eating, but they're low in calories so that they're not going to make me gain weight. When trying to cut calories, a lot of times we cut our food volume, which is then in turn going to make us hungry. And then over time, weeks go by, days go by, and you finally end up binging or cheating and just going crazy and losing all of the progress that you've made. So that's why finding low calorie, high volume foods is so important, and is, in my opinion, probably one of the most important tips that you can take away from this video. Because if we're able to eat the same amount of food or even more, it's going to help us to be sustainable when it comes to our weight loss, and it's going to help us enjoy the process a little bit more. The foods that I have found that really help me and the foods that I really enjoy, I'm going to leave a whole list of them down in the description for you guys, but just to name a few off the bat, the first would be cauliflower rice. I eat this on a weekly basis, and it has been so helpful for me. You can basically add it to any food that you have, and it's going to kind of take on the flavor of that. I would caveat that by saying probably don't eat cauliflower rice by itself because it is very bland. But like I'm saying, if you add it to foods, it takes on its flavor and can actually be really helpful in increasing the volume of food, but not increasing the calories of that food. A few other ones would be zucchinis, watermelon, any kind of berry. They're all low in calories. I would also say that Greek yogurt is really, really good. You can add some protein powder to it, mix it up, and it's basically like a dessert. I also eat a lot of plant-based protein powder. I think it tastes a little bit better. And if you kind of put some milk into it and make it into a sludge, it can taste like dessert as well. That's what I have every single morning for breakfast. I think also egg whites or eggs in general can be a really good source of protein without having a ton of calories. Obviously things like chicken breast, lean ground meats, those are all good as well. But like I said, I will leave a full list of things that I think taste good, but also are low in calories. So I'll leave that in the description for you guys. And while you're down there, close to that like button, if you could just go ahead and hit it for me, it would really help out the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. I think this tip is probably the kind of cheat code or secret that's not really a secret. It's actually really simple, but I think it's something that a lot of people don't quite understand. Is finding the foods that are low calorie that you enjoy eating, because it's going to help you have that sustainable weight loss. That's not just going to be this yo-yo up and down, and it's something that's going to make the process, like I said earlier, way more enjoyable. And if you guys combine all the tips from this video, from the decreasing calories, from the increasing your expenditure throughout the day, having more movement, and then finding these foods in your diet that are low calorie, high volume, I think you guys are going to be super successful when it comes to your weight loss. And I would love to hear you guys' stories. Put them in the comments down below. I want to get to know you guys. And also in the comments, if you guys want to put some video suggestions on what you think you would like to see, I want to provide value to you guys as to what you want to see and what you want to learn about. So let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.